Norman Bridwell and the Big Red Dog. Growing up, Norman Bridwell was not considered a very good artist, but he loved to use his imagination to draw. Although many people didn't think his art was good, Bridwell did not let it bother him. Bridwell once commented, "In school, there was always someone better than me. The art teacher always liked their work better than mine." Bridwell loved art so much, though, that he decided to make it his career. He attended art school and later moved to New York to take even more art classes. He found a job drawing cartoons for film strips, but soon he needed to earn more money because he was married and had a child. Bridwell needed a better job so that he could support his new family. He displayed his art in a special book called a portfolio and tried to find work drawing pictures for children's books. Bridwell showed his portfolio to about 15 companies that published children's books. None of the companies hired Bridwell to draw pictures for their books, but an editor at one of the companies offered him some advice. She told him to try writing his own stories. She looked through his portfolio again and stopped at a picture of a baby and a red dog that was the size of a horse. She told Bridwell to think of a story that would match that picture. Bridwell didn't waste any time. He went home and wrote a story about a huge red dog and the little girl he belonged to. This time, when he drew more pictures, he made the dog as big as a house. He named the girl Emily Elizabeth after his daughter. He called the dog Tiny because he thought it would be a funny name for such a big dog. But his wife thought that Clifford was a better name, so Bridwell changed it. Then he took his story and artwork to another publishing company and hoped for the best. 3 weeks later, Bridwell got a phone call. The publisher wanted to print Clifford the Big Red Dog. At the time, Bridwell probably had no idea that his Clifford would become the most loved big red dog of all time. Since the book was first released in 1963, Bridwell has created more than 80 books about Emily Elizabeth and the Big Red Dog. More than 100 million copies of Clifford books have been printed all over the world and in 13 languages. In some countries, Clifford's name isn't even Clifford. For example, in France, he is called Ketchup. The Big Red Dog has appeared in more than just books. In the late 1990s, a giant-sized Clifford balloon was in a famous parade in New York City. In 2000, Clifford the Big Red Dog became a popular cartoon television show. In 2004, Bridwell's famous dog came to the big screen in Clifford's Really Big movie. Clifford's image can also be seen on everything from puzzles to backpacks and clothes. Bridwell has written and illustrated many other books for children that do not include Clifford. Bridwell says he's also written other books that have not been accepted by publishers. Bridwell doesn't let the rejection stop him. He tells children who like to write or draw not to give up. If you like it and keep working at it, then someday you will succeed, Bridwell says. He speaks from experience. Without Bridwell's determination and passion, the world would never have been introduced to Clifford, the big red dog. Norman Bridwell with a pair of Clifford stuffed animals.